This is Sicarius Dracus Plays Oxygen Not Included Prehistoric Planet Pack number 52! There is a lot of play going on. So what we're doing here is we're going to look at our rooms here, because I haven't looked at our rooms in quite some time. I'm preparing to move over to the other planet using the teleporter. And I was just looking around at some stuff, and I just noticed, like, certain things are not doing what I was hoping they would do, right? For example, our nature reserve doesn't extend all the way up and out here. And we could probably close this off with a little tile, or with a bit of tile work here. If I remove this one here, we could put a door right here, and that would close this off a little bit better. Could also put doors right here. The reason why I'm talking about this is because I think that our duplicates need to get fixed in some morale problems that we've been having here. They're not getting the nature reserve. Well, generally they don't, unless they use this bathroom right here every day. The other thing is that maybe we can arrange some stuff so that the duplicates are wearing suits 24/7, and we're just going to be wearing suits all the time, and so maybe we can get rid of some of these suit docks, and so they're just always wearing suits, although it'll probably make them very, very slow. And my base isn't very set up to be much faster than that. We would have to extend our pipe, or our transit tube pipes, quite a bit. Plastic. Looks like I got 22 tons of it, so we do have the room to expand. The other thing that I notice is that we are leaking all this gunk, and we have like pockets of carbon dioxide that should just be falling down to the underbelly, right? We can open this door again. So I'm going to start from the bottom up. We're going to start from the bottom up and just kind of look at stuff. Look at the base real quick and see if there's any little changes that we can be making. One of the biggest ones I see here is that we don't have oxygen flow right here. So I'm gonna set these up here. I'm gonna set this up to just be a big open flow for our for carbon dioxide to come on down. The next thing I noticed was in our room overlay, we lost our Great Hall, and that is because I put this in here. So we're gonna move this around. Put it right here. And just add it after the after this one, and then we'll cut this off here. Deconstruct it. The room is too big, and so it needs to be shrunk. So we're going to deconstruct this one right here, and that's going to give us enough room to put in a pneumatic door that we're always going to keep open. Was there anything underneath those? Nope. Okay, good. Eduardo, buddy. And then once we get once they get this finished, we need to close this. Or I'm sorry, we need to make sure that this door is open. That should give us our Great Hall back and give us a bunch of morale back. Very nice. Open the door. Somebody's botanist maze room is in here. Like, I don't know. Also, there is no carbon dioxide flow other than this main channel here, it's like this whole row here does not have any carbon dioxide flow, so oh my gosh, the liquids on our floors are just getting everywhere. Like super high priority, clean up this muck. And that also bottles this also is bottling it so that we can turn it into petroleum way up at the top up there. So what I was thinking about doing was fixing this row right here. The next thing we like later on, by the way, we need to actually start working on our walls. We can dig out the rest of this and start using this because it's come to that time in the game where we need to just start opening up the base. That's what I'm going to be doing to all the rest of the planets, is strip mining them. So the fact that we haven't done any strip mining is haven't finished up the rest of the mining is kind of sad. I would have expected by cycle 800 I would have done this already. Yep. But then that'll allow more gases to like stratify. So I'm gonna kind of work on this a little bit here, and we're just gonna like move these over. I know that I said that I wanted this to be my glossy Dreco farm, but it's not gonna work like that because we don't have Balm Lily or Bristle Blossom. So we're just gonna make a whole bunch of unpowered ones of these. I don't care that they're not powered. I really don't. Just having them in the area means that we can. Well, no, I do want to do that. It's like this one that I. How about these two? We should always want to be. We should always venture to shear. You are taking Eduardo. What is up, buddy? Buddy. Eduardo loves to build. That's one of his favorite things to do. I see him all the time out there building. And yet he has very little in the way of actual building or construction boosters. So let's get some construction boosters going here. I also noticed that I am not. Here's construction. I'm guessing it's the other one. Little one. I'm also noticing we don't have any microchips, so we should probably build up a bunch of microchips. I'm gonna build 10 of these, as well as 10 digging boosters. That's gonna give us just a baseline of boosters for people for our duplicants when we start printing a little bit more along the. All right, so I'm seeing the carbon dioxide start to flow down and out here. We do have a carbon dioxide way to go down here. Yep. That is flowing. Just got to make sure that it's all flowing in the right way, and that way it can all drain out properly. This is a box of CO2, so that can stay. We're going to have this enabled so that we can start to raise our megajoules. I've been noticing we're slowly falling down. We can break all these borders, temperature borders as well. I'm pretty happy with that. We can also get rid of a lot of this water here. If I just drained this water into here, I think that would be pretty messy because it's going to touch it. Well, maybe not. No, look, see, I made it so that there's no walls here. It'll touch this stuff, but I think it'll be fine. So we're going to deconstruct this and have this whole... forget that. No, let's not do that. I want to. I want it to go into here, but I also know that if it does, it's going to go all over the place. Just like I feel I am. Oh man, this Chip and Eduardo are almost exactly the same. None of them looked good. What was I supposed to do? They all looked horrible. Okay, get these. Once these start getting built here, then we're going to Then we're going to like just duplicate this room, and we're going to try and turn this room into more like an infinite storage for bathrooms, and just fix this room up a lot. I've also been considering that we can, or that we should like destroy this and this. These are recreation rooms here, and like put them here. I'm trying to find a place for all this stuff to go. That lets them not have to wear suits, right? Because we want them to not wear suits as much as possible, but they're gonna wear suits. They're gonna wear suits a lot. I can also deconstruct this stuff here. All this can go. And this too, because we're not even doing. Let me make sure that I don't do the power. Yeah, of course. That's exactly the first thing that he wanted to do. Let's go grab that power. All right. Well, now he can. And I have a feeling that they're going to do some great work here to like just absolutely just deconstruct everything that I could possibly want them to do. Like I think that they're really, my dupes are pretty fast at the moment. This is hot. Oh yeah, we need to fix this. This is a big fix here. So we are gonna trim that off, trim that, and then we're gonna have this go in here just like that. And that'll help cool off what's going on in here. I also need to deconstruct these little weird tabs there. I also had someone suggested to me that another fix for this would be to just like let the gas out, so I could just open these up and then they'll off gas into space here, and that'll help us get a reset. Because right now we're flooding this thing with a whole bunch of hot petroleum, and we don't have a solution to like get rid of the petroleum. We just put it in here. Yeah, cooled the room off, great, but this is not a long-term solution for petroleum. This was just a way to get this room down to a temperature that everything in here wasn't just absolutely going to boil. This one's like temperature falling down, even though this is like a nice 400. This whole room I was a great idea in the beginning, but now it's become unusable. I do have a feeling that it is creating petroleum in here. Like, we are sitting here creating petroleum, I'm sure. Let's see. 220. Nope. Doesn't appear to be. We also can make a sour gas boiler. So there's that. That's on the menu with duplicants. We could definitely make a sour gas boiler. I have tons of plastic, so I think we're going to make relief ladders like here. We're going to just start here, make a relief ladder all the way down. And then we had done that already here for the most part. Probably that could be used for tubing. but I think that the point, I think that making this ladder system is going to let us do some digging along the sides here. All right, just kind of watching for this to be done. Okay, great. Just copying the settings of the eggs here so that we have our correct things. So that they can be in here. Incubate. And that left us 4 extra ones. Probably I want to do maybe like, well, we got phlox eggs. Shine bug egg? Nope. Puffed egg? Sure. And then what else? Dartles. We have a bunch of dartles going on here. We have Draco. No slicks, or no. We do have Sweetles. I guess a grub egg can be put in here. You should all be 9. Then we need power up in here. Someone's trapped. Harold, how are you trapped? I know I had a reason for that ladder there, but I don't recall it why I even used that there. Also, I chopped this so that we can actually get some pressure up in here, where we hardly have any pressure, and this is probably dormant for, well, it won't be in a little bit. You darn thing. How do I fix you? Here, we'll just deconstruct this. A bit of water will come in here. And it'll stop overheating. Well, there you go. Are we generating steam off of that heat? Yeah, but it's fine. Otto, are you okay? Alright. That's going to be a long project for them to work on for sure. Another thing I want to do before we start on our next planet phase is let's connect this and the other one. I think it's over here. There it is. Okay, it doesn't need power. Great. Airy can't reach food. There is no food in here. Well, they can't very well not go with the food, or go with any food. What's up with no food? Got plenty of veggie poppers and roasted mill millet. They're just not getting it. Yeah, I know. Y'all need to eat. Oh, you know what I noticed? Okay, so this is what's going on. They can't get to this. There's no tile for them to be on where they would be able to get here. So now that I open this up, you're gonna see, like, I'm sure the errands are gonna start showing up. Well, there you go. Well, Liam, you got food now. You got food poisoning though. Is this barbecue? Is all this food germy? Oh yeah, got a little bit of germs on everything. Mm. Are you gonna throw up? What are you doing, buddy? What is he doing? He wants to. He wants to power a steam turbine, which he can't do. Oh, wait. That's Liam. Wait, what is Liam? Just Liam doing here? Here you go, buddy. Looks like you need a. Another question that asks um, is what am I doing? What am I doing with my? What am I doing with the medicine? Medicine. We're not making medicine. Actually, just 99. That's fine. Someone will be busy here. Ooh, I can make one of these. Why not? Okay. And now that this has been duplicated and it's all down here, looks fine, looks great. Oh, we need one more thing. We need to copy the settings from here. Boop, boop. Okay, we got settings copied. Now we're going to deconstruct this and add this part to our add this to our our bedroom, like our bedrooms. And I think that we're gonna put suits or like we do need more gunk bathrooms. We're not even really using these anymore. Oh yeah, we are. This is a lubrication station for these guys. So yes, we are using this. None of these really have. Oh well, here we go. Oop. That needs to stay the way it is. So we're gonna put a boop there. That'll help that fall down. All of this seems to be falling down and coming out over here. We do have lines there. This door is supposed to be auto, not just open. See, look at all this carbon dioxide that we've accumulated right here that needs to get fixed. Okay. Why is this not getting put in here? All right. This is its own. This is its own little room here. Can we do anything to clean it up? No, not really, because this is right here. This is right here. Do we have a spot that we can move the bulk of this stuff over to? Not really. However, we're going to make a stairway. We're going to make a stairs that a ladder that goes all the way down here now. This looks great. Oh, a huge doctor. Look at that doctor. I like the Bliss Burst. Bliss Burst is better. And she doesn't. I'm going to deconstruct this cot here because I don't want her to have a room like that right here. We also could probably just consume this. We're probably never going to use the neural vacillator ever again. Maybe we might get a charge of it, but probably not. And it's just sitting in here wasting space. We could probably put all of this power, or all of this up here onto this line here. It's 510 because we have this room right, or this vent here. Well, deconstruct this mess of a vent. This room is a mess here, and this is not helping anybody, I don't feel like. It's making plastic, sure. I know. I complain about it, but man, I really like my tons and tons of plastic. And these nerds gotta walk over water every day. Not even using this. Oh, I know what that why this canister filler's here. And it's for this, but we're not making pinch of pepper nut much. It's all getting fed to things now. And we will just bring this all the way across. Some plastic ladders to help them. And then we can put that carbon dioxide pump back in here. Because this is where we are using carbon dioxide here. Pardon me. I canceled that, but let's not cancel that. Let's get a vent in here. Let's get oxygen out and about. I'm totally fine with jumping to here. First here, but then there. See, if this is full, if these are full, then I am totally okay with dumping our remaining oxygen in here. And then this needs to be like this. Because we want this to load out, but using bridges gives you or sets the priority, so it makes the priority higher or lower depending on like a green vent is a lower priority than a white pipe. There's just so much stuff that we can stop exposing them. Another thing that we could do is build them individual rooms with their own suit docks and get all crazy with suit docks. Oh, did you ever get your did we get any? Nope. We need to make some microchips up in here. What are they crushing? Doing eggshell? Yeah, process all that eggshell. I'm okay with this. Not all the salt, maybe 99 salts. That's funny. Nobody can actually get down to there. They can't actually get down. I don't think I'm letting them out here. Nope, they can. Oh, they just can't get to that little spot right there. Let's look at this plumbing. What am I doing here? This is going into here. How is it salt? Okay. This needs to run, and it's not running anymore. What happened to the power for this thing? I jumped that power. I'm just gonna put it on the network like that. This is empty. That's great news. I just realized I could have just bumped this whole line down. Oh, I can't now, but I guess I could have just bumped this whole line down and then come up across here. One more for the power here. I don't know why you guys are doing that. You don't need to, unless you're bored. One more. All right. Salt once more is going to be processed into water. And then it goes here, and then it's just stuck. What's going on? Can we do anything else better than that? I don't want it to drain that way. Well, for sure, all that salt water is going to be turned into that. These two are definitely draining because of something else. Why are these not powered? This is part of this incredible line I've generated. What do we got going on? Okay, so that's that. This is its own thing, but this is its own thing. So what are we losing power here for? There's a lot of little 240s going on. Where is the converter for this line? Oh my gosh, this is a mess. Oh, and it's only generating we're only generating 1,000 here, and we have this whole little mess of an area. Well, let's fix that. I'm pretty okay with the way it's actually lined up, but we need to get to this one. Oop, nope, nope. Not there. I mean, not there. How do I get here? How do I get here? What a puzzle. Just like that. And then we can break this and not worry about that. What are they doing with these power banks? Definitely drinking up all this good stuff. Ah, they're putting them in here. Great. I like that. Oh no, we got slicksters. Slicksters need to get put somewhere. Oh, I put them in here. Okay, relocate to here. One more. Oh, we got 3 little babies. Where's our 3rd little baby? A little high. Okay, let's see if we can get them to get in here as soon as possible. So we have this. It's dormant. We're gonna break it and analyze it. It's gonna put out really hot carbon dioxide, but not a whole lot of it, which is great. We're gonna break that. We don't need that. We just want the slicksters to not be able to get in here. And then we need to put some easy liquid lock in here so that we can pressurize this room so that we can turn them into whatever they're going to do. And then Should probably mesh tile the floor here, except for like these last two, and then then these last two here are gonna be what we pick up our flow from. Okay, and then we're gonna put a liquid pump right here. Liquid pump is gonna pick up the crude oil, and it's gonna do something with it. Infinite storage. Let's put it in infinite storage right here. I could put it right here. That wouldn't work great. We'll put it in infinite storage right here, allowing it to pool up, and then we'll deal with it however we're going to deal with it. In here, we need to... Oh, we already got this one. So gunk me. Huh. I don't know if that's an improvement or not, but... Oh, also, am I making this out of uranium? That's probably bad. Doesn't need to be out of uranium, it needs to be out of gold. There we go. Probably why we weren't grabbing it. Grapefruit preserve! As you can see, the carbon dioxide is vastly decreasing this episode. We've been doing a pretty good job on that. Also need to get these bits excavated here. And then we'll just make it out of iridium, no big deal. A conductive wire, we need power. Do I steal this power for one little pump? Yeah, sure, why not? It'll be 2 pumps. Bloop. And then I get this is probably going to be really hot, but that goes out like that. Great. I wonder if I could have made it fall into an infinite storage instead. All right, gotta turn this into a ranch. Let's finish up this ranch here. We can do an airflow tile here. Oh, he jumped right up over that. And then meanwhile, we're gonna get our pickup drop off. They don't need food. They probably need an incubator in here somewhere, but like an incubator right here just to drop into here. What else do they need? A condo. Absolutely condo. Stations, we need our grooming station because they got to get groomed. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, great. Oh, that's cool, Steam. Here's my other carbon dioxide vent, and I could take that vent and make a pipe all the way across, and then we could have two vents in here. And then I could put the first little, or I could put the output right here, and it's guaranteed that it's probably going to have something, a liquid in it, and displace that liquid as it's constantly going. So I think I'm going to deconstruct that one, and we're going to make a big old long insulated pipe if we can. Will this ever bite me in the butt? Yes. Yes, this is probably going to be horrible. Okay. It's here though. A gas pump right next to it. Needs to be out of iridium. Insulated. Put a door here. It needs power. Not gonna just go down here, but this needs power. Yeah, that wasn't a little amount. Okay, that should get them going around here. Working on this one. We'll capture this one up too. Nice long thing for them to be working on. Boom, there we go. And now all this heat can do what it's going to do. So we're going to drop off all the slicksters. I'm going to pick up any crazy amounts of slicksters. Don't know what we're going to do with them, but we're going to do that. We might dump any extra slicksters right here, and then leave this. Could do that. That sounds like an interesting idea. How about this? Mesh tile. We're going to do mesh tile here. This one little blob of gunk right here is going to prevent all kinds of problems. So I'm going to deconstruct this, and we're just going to put another drop-off right here, and we're going to try and put all the crazy amounts of slicksters in there. There's a ladder behind here, and we're going to deconstruct that ladder. So this is where all the extra slicksters are going to go, and then we'll have a pickup. We're going to have a drop-off and a pickup right here, but this is where all the extra ones are going to go. And then they'll be cramped in this little room right here. Yeah, I don't really care. They'll be cramped. This will be my breeding stock here, and then they'll all dump their crude into here. Clever little idea, huh? I think so. Research complete! We now have Radbolt engines! Oh my gosh, I can't even believe I didn't see that. Holy moly. Okay, let's quickly go through the list of things I need to research. We've got all of that. We can do these little bits here. It looks like we got like 5 pieces of research, so let's just crank them out. And we'll leave these 2 for a second. But we'll crank out the other ones. Sleepy Ruby, why? Your lavatory should be fine. How dare you carbon dioxide all over my stuff? And then one more time, why is this not going? Why is this not going? It's not going because I made this go to here. That's what's up with that. So, how do I fix that? With a gas bridge of my own? I don't know if they're going to be able to... They should be able to build it from these 2 right here. Well, this is just chilling. Can't believe we're not harvesting those. We have slowly started working on that. And this one is lockable. We have the carbon dioxide we need in here to easily handle that. Nice taming those slicksters. And of course, if we have extra slicksters, then of course we're going to want to put them in there. So I did copy paste this, right? Okay. This is drop off. We don't care how many. And pick up at this many, but only allow, or pick up after, say, 7. Feel like I need to... Oh, it's crude oil, okay? Well, there's gunk in here, so there's going to be a little bit of ickiness going on. For a minute. This has been a diggy episode. I mean, this cleaning out right here was huge. We did a good job here, I think. But suits. Suits in the lubrication station, right? Like, so how do I lock? So suits, we would have to lock them in so that they can't use this anymore, and then maybe take these down and turn them into a central column, and then 10 to 20 suit docks here. 10 suit docks is one line of... Oh, we got another slickster. Get him out of here. He inking all over our stuff. Yeah, so it's gonna look like... And then, and then the other thing is that, okay, so say we let them go down here, and then we can have them go this back way to get into the kitchen. It's a long walk to get into the kitchen. And then, so the idea is we're going to deconstruct this and turn this into plastic and poles. We're going to deconstruct this line here to make for more beds. That gives us 15, 12, 13. 15 and 13, so 28 beds. And then if I deconstruct this, that gives us a few more, and then we can put our entertainment center here. So do I deconstruct it here, or do I deconstruct it here? Because we're going to have 28 dupes, so they're going to need 28 suit lines, or well, 20-ish suit lines. I think that we'll have to get rid of this. We need to make another dedicated gunk state. We'll have to make a dedicated gunk room. Probably like the bathrooms will be like off to the side here. Or take this apart and put the gunk room in here and move these. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to think about here. I do think that we're going to have to move this for sure, though. This is going to look a little bit like plastic ladders up here. And unfortunately, I think it's going to be a little bit too small for me to put a base. I think the bases are six wide. What am I missing for the base? Steel? 7.5 tons? Yep, missing a bunch of steel. I think that I think the bases are 6 wide. So I won't be able to put much there. What fits otherwise? Boop, boop, boop. How many suits do I get if I put it right here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 gets us there. And then we put the suit thing here. Okay, that's 20 suit docks. That's pretty great. I think that will do us do us well. Now we just need to think about where our gunkers are gonna gunk. We have this wonderful bathroom set up here that's not even part of this here at all. So we could take this apart, or take this area apart and put in more toilets. And then they would come up here, use the toilets, and then go out. And maybe this is a fire pole down. We'll put the fire pole right here on this side, and then this up here, and then a little bit of recreation in here. Maybe we move the recreation, like phones and stuff, into this middle column here. And that gets us even more stuff in our hotel here. Okay, I'm slowly starting to like it. Still need to figure out the lubrication station area, though. I could probably get rid of this ceiling robot and just go straight across here. And then this will become a spot for the dupes to do their business. And then we take this ladder somewhere even further, so that they can get in. We close this off. It basically becomes the entrance to our room here. All right. Well, a lot of theory crafting here going on. Just trying to figure out what I want to do with this. We'll move the lubrication stations just like right here. I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the robot. And then we'll put our cleaning station right here. And look at how much room we're not utilizing in our base here, though. I almost want to leave this. Break on through! The other thing about what I'm doing here is, if I start deconstructing all this stuff, we're going to leave just the vacillator. We'll deconstruct all this area around it and make more hotel out this way. I think that will help us a lot. A blueprint, shinebug eggs? We got a bunch of shinebug eggs, though. Briar seeds are good. Why does it keep wanting me to give me a Stela? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yep. Like I know I did that, but I just want tiles. And then we're going to try and make a lubrication station over here. Yeah, finish that research. This room can become something. I can clear that. I can clean this, and those need to move. So that becomes that. Yeah. Get those done then. Here, dig that tile right there, and then I think that's enough. Oh, they want shale. Okay. Can we mop this up here? All right, quick. We don't need a whole lot. Just need some. I mean, might as well take up the whole area of where I'm at, right? Oh, look, I can even get two more. Bup, 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 bup. Nice. That whole room can become a whole little thing of its own. And what am I going to do with that? I guess that's going to be part of this, huh? This, I didn't even think about that we're going to need to have some sort of power solution for these. This needs to get moved off of that. These will need to go across like this, so let's cut this and so that it doesn't do a thing until it gets fixed. I also need to cut that right there. There we go. So what do we need to do to get oxygen into these is we need to grab the lines that are already feeding oxygen to the to our those, and we need to divert them over to our new station here. I think I'm going to call it right now, and I'm going to finish the episode here, and then we'll figure out something else, or we'll figure it out in the next episode. Yeah. Thank you for joining me on this. We're just trying to get everybody back to a normal and sane place so that we can do rocketry. And that takes a few cycles. Like, I could be going out there and doing that right now and just being crazy and getting our rockets and stuff, but there we go. 2 Radbolt engines, and now we can put this where it needs to go, which they can't build yet. I put a plastic, but you know what that would do is it'll just melt. Okay, in the next episode, we're gonna work on the pods for one a astronomy ship, and then two a colony, like a 3 to 4 colony rocket ship. It's just gonna jump off its thing. We're gonna colonize it, put a little pod on it. If we want to take care of anything, then we will. But otherwise, it's just gonna be a quick little colony ship. We have a whole bunch of radbolt or of liquid nuclear waste. So if we want, we can carry that nuclear waste into these, and then they'll have their own battery for where we're gonna do. So having gas stations everywhere is a good idea as well. Bracking flow is done. Oh, let's get back over to that research then. All right. Oh, yeah, liquid gold. Too much liquid gold here. I need to pipe this out and get this out of here. We do have a liquid pipe, and that leads this way and then up and out, but we need to be able to store it in here. And these aren't going because we don't have any steam for these anymore. We do have rad bolts, so maybe there's a path here that I can actually upgrade these to rad bolt engines now. Oh yeah, that would work just fine. Look at that line here. This line works real easy to get me those. Okay, great. We're gonna change these over to rad bolts and then and be done. See ya. Have a great day. Thank you. So in the next episode, we're gonna change these over to rad bolt rockets, and then we're gonna do something about this. Maybe even vent it off. I'll cancel those for now. We might as well do this. I'm sorry. I want to leave. I'm sorry. I know you guys love watching me. Okay, thank you. Bye.